am Shane Thames, also known as the one and only. Danger, do not stand over there. They interrupted my introduction, I hate it already. Anyway, I am also known as Sonic Remix. Hi, everybody.
In 2013 as a new group, and since then on we renamed it to Sonic Revolution in 2014. Since then on, the convention kept growing. We have been more in guests, voice actors, and also content creators. So this year is bigger than ever.
Woohoo! I'm so excited.
The schedule and program. So it will also not here because everybody keeps asking every year, when is the raffle ticket?
When is the raffle ticket? I will tell you right now, 5 p.m. today. You gotta stay all the way to the end. 5 p.m. is the raffle. We get asked that question every single year, and I have to say the same thing, so I'm gonna tell you right now, 5 p.m. Keep that in your brains.
And it's worth waiting to the end of the day because the booth is even bigger than in previous years we had. So, next up at noon, we'll be Sonic F will be presenting the new episode 17, so stay tuned.
Funny stuff. It'll get funnier every year, too. That's it. All right. Enjoy the rest of your day here at Sonic Revolution 2019.
Thanks. I took choir. We're gonna finish editing real quick. I got like 4 more pages. I'm almost done finally.
And the guys from Sonic F coming to show you a new episode today. Woo! All right. Okay, Luke, you come up. I thought you were still over there.
Where's your audio? Where's your audio for
And we're
this?
going to turn the show over to you guys.
You have no idea the power you just given me. Hello, Sonic Revolution! It just feels good to see how packed this show is. I've been coming to this show for, Jesus, the 4th year in a row I've been here, and this is by far the biggest and best I've ever seen it. So this is just really overwhelming and really nice to see. I am Luke, I go by Cyberlink. I am the co-creator of Sonic F, the loving parody of the Sonic X anime series, and I feel incredibly old to admit that next year is actually going to be the show's 10th anniversary, and that's terrifying. But this is also a special one because this is the first time that I've actually up on stage with a guest. My good friend Libby Brown, who is the voice of Bokoon in Sonic F, is joining me today.
What's up, everybody?
Keep her away from bombs. Anyway, we have been hard at work on the new episode. literally, I was still working on it before I came to the convention, and after I was setting up my booth, I was still trying to put the finishing touches on it, but it's going to be well worth it, because this is going to be a bit of a different episode than the ones we've done in the past. When we realized what this episode was, what it was about, I was talking to my other writers, and we kind of realized, oh wait, given the setting, we have a golden opportunity here for a full-on style parody of something that we care very deeply about, and I'm sure that a lot of you other guys as Sega fans are going to be very enthusiastic about. So, Yakuza fans, this one is for you. Roll the episode. You're Captain Glee! Japanese translation officially
Okay,
to
I have
check
one
all those
song
lines,
now.
make sure they
Really
were
quick.
accurate. So, yes, that is all 100% authentic.
My friend should try
And that
that
took
track for you.
a very long time to make that happen. So, I guess might as well open it up to Q&A. Does anybody have any questions? Yes.
Why specifically did you choose to do the hamburger?
We chose to do the hamburger thing at the end because it was funny. And also because in the original 4Kids dub, the bar was inexplicably changed to a burger restaurant with like fast food items in the back, so the opportunity just kind of presented itself. Yes.
Is that a Burger King JoJo reference?
Of course it's a JoJo reference. What do you take us for? Yes. Getting the Bakamitai stuff sung was surprisingly not hard. Falero, who plays Knuckles, actually, we were originally just going to use the original version, but when I told him what we were doing, he was like, I'll just sing it myself, we'll do that. And it helps that, the karaoke version has the lyrics right in front of you. The harder part was getting it all animated. That was a month's worth of effort that was going on right up until this morning. So, getting that to all come together was a tremendous effort. And I give all the credit in the world to our animator, Kaoyu, who has been working relentlessly on that scene since last month. So, huge props to them for pulling it all together. Yes? Oh, yeah, we're very aware. We're very aware of how many seasons there are. So, the plan is, we're hoping to get through the end of this season by this time next year. Fingers crossed, knock on wood, all that. Then we're probably going to start combining episodes a lot more liberally. So we'll probably do all of Sonic Adventure as one longer episode, all of Sonic Adventure 2 as one longer episode. So I don't think we're going to do the Metarex season just because we've already been doing this for 10 years. We can only keep going so long. But ideally, we would like to make it to the end of 52 and get them home somehow. So we'll see how that pans out. There's still a lot more to do, I'll say that much. Yes? That's all right. The decision to do it as a Yakuza style parody was because A, everybody on the team really likes Yakuza, and B, just the idea of Knuckles in this distinctly Asian city getting entangled with the mob, just kind of everything clicked into place, and we immediately knew, okay, this is what we need to do for this episode, no questions asked. And I'm really happy with how it came out. Like, we went to the trouble of going into the PC game files for Yakuza 0 and ripping assets to make sure they looked as close to the original as we possibly could. So it was really a labor of love right from the get-go, and I'm glad that it came out as well as it did, that people seem to like it eventually.
Oh wait, that was a good one. Okay, let's try this one.
Anybody else? I guess that kind of wraps it up. So I will say that our next episode,
So, small problem. Due to audio copyrights were kicked off YouTube, but the Twitch stream is still working. Everyone moved to the Twitch
ideally,
stream.
Okay.
Sonic Revolution
So
comes
they
back
kick-
next year, they invite us
so
back.
they
We will
kick us
have
out?
another episode there.
No,
One way or
YouTube
another.
kicked
One
us
of
out
that-
due
Yeah.
to something copyright strike. One of the music.
But the next episode
Oh,
we've already acted is the...
I already warned our chat ahead of time because we already got warning a few, like half an
We've
hour.
already
Okay.
got that scripted out. In
So,
fact, we already have all of the
have
episodes
you tried
scripted
doing it
out
again, the live
through the end
stream?
of this season. And
Like
we're in the
redoing the
process
live
of
stream?
recording them all as
Just
well. So we're hoping
reconnect it.
that gets
Okay, I could
things
try.
moving along a little bit of a faster pace than we usually do. So hopefully we will have that for you guys sometime relatively soon. But if that's it, then thank you guys so much for watching, for constantly being here every time you come back. It's always a pleasure to come back to Sonic Revolution. You guys make it worth it every single time. You guys continue to watch, continue to support us, and that means the world to us. So thank you guys very much for having us here. And with all luck, see you next year.
It's always good to meet fellow members.
Right now is
Hello, my friends. My name is Jim Sass. You guys probably know me as Sasso. Sasso. Oh my God! Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm here with my co-host today, J-Man. Actually, me and Justin actually met on YouTube. We've been working together now for what seems like a lifetime. But it's been like, I don't know, like 10 years, and we've really been jiving. And like, essentially, I want to talk about Sonic, of course, but I also want to really get into YouTube. And if you guys have a YouTube channel, want to start a YouTube channel, I figured afterwards we could do like a little Q&A and kind of, I don't know, talk YouTube. I love YouTube. But anyways, something I've always noticed, like, you know, we're here today, we're surrounded by Sonic fans. It's awesome. And it's just so cool. But before I begin all this, I just want to give a shout out to Sonic Revolution, Team 182, everybody who's worked really hard to make this event. So let's just give them a round of applause real quick. So yeah, like essentially, I want to talk about my creative process, telling stories, and Sonic the Hedgehog. So essentially, like, I always ask people, like, how did you get into Sonic? What's the origin story there? My grandmother bought me and my two brothers Sega Genesis, and every night me and my brother would play Sonic 1, and my grandfather would be on the couch, and of course he'd be sleeping, but we'd look back at him and be like, hey, like, come on, Pop, watch us. He's like, oh, I'm just resting my eyes, So I sort of grew up with the character and the franchise. Like, you know, when I was a teenager, I think it was like 5th or 6th grade, like Sonic Adventure 1 came out, and then I grew up with Adventure 2 as it became like an edgy teenager, and later on I revisited the series with Sonic Generations. Here's something cool. When I was a kid, my mom would take me food shopping, and I saw the Archie Sonic comic books. And before then, I just like had no interest in reading. But like I essentially learned how to read so I could read stories about Sonic and his friends. But yeah, you know, like everything from like the characters to the gameplay to the soundtrack, just awesome. Like, there's also the Saturday morning cartoon, Sonic Sat AM, as well as the Looney Tunes-esque Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. So as I started to get older, like, you know, my taste broadened a little bit. I got more into anime, like Dragon Ball, Neon Genesis, Evangelion, Studio Ghibli. But all the while I kept playing Sonic games, and, you know, that was always kind of on the back burner. I don't know if any of you remember, like, when there was Classic Sonic, who wasn't Classic Sonic at the time, he was just Sonic. But then, they redesigned him for, like, modern Sonic, and he looks like that now. And, like, it was just I saw him on just a magazine stand, and he was doing, like, the classic pose, and it was insane. I was thinking, like, how does he even walk? His, like, shoes are so, like, it was such a, I mean, I came to love it, obviously, because I played Sonic Adventure. Yeah, definitely my favorite game at this point. But yeah, so essentially, like, I essentially grew up like telling stories, and I went to school for communications. I got my degree in that, which is essentially film. I moved out to Los Angeles, wanted to make like live action video game-esque stuff. That's around the time I met Justin. We started rock and rolling together. But at the end of the day, I wasn't happy making, working for other people and doing projects that weren't my own. And I was thinking about the last time that I was actually really, really happy. And it was definitely like playing the Sonic games. So after doing some research, I saw that Minecraft animations were a thing. So I hooked up with my buddy who was making Minecraft animations, and I kind of learned how to 3D animate through him. And then afterwards, I saw that there was there was a presence on YouTube for Sonic, but there weren't a lot of people telling stories. But I was checking out people like Polina Productions. I was watching Shadow 759, Mike Darklighter. You can see these guys over just huge inspirations of mine. I'm probably forgetting a lot of people here, but okay, here we go. Sonic Fox, Hypo, there's the one consistent thing I found about the Sonic community is that there are a lot of really talented, intelligent individuals who are so passionate about Sonic, just making quality content. It's just been so great, meeting all of you today and working on my Sonic animations. I feel like this is, I felt kind of helping hands. You find out what you want to do, and then all of a sudden, people kind of come out of the woodwork. They're like, oh yeah, hey, that's really cool. Yeah, sure, I'll give you a hand. It's just, I don't know, it's just kind of a validating experience. So anyways, yeah, I've got cool stuff here, but, do you have anything to add to this journey, Justin? You wanna?
I really like Sonic Mania. Thank you. Basically, all I have to add is that this guy loves Sonic, and it has been an honor and a pleasure to work with him on anything that he decides he needs help with. That whole helping hand thing, it really is just be there for the community and assist each other, and when you can help out somebody else, you try to do that too. Yeah. That's what it's all about.
We always have a saying, Justin and I, it's only the beginning. So no matter what happens, we always just tell ourselves oh, it's only the beginning. So there's always room for growth. So with that being said, I kind of want to let's watch a few of these animations, and if you guys have any questions about them, we can talk Sonic, and then afterwards, we can kind of open up a discussion and talk more about YouTube, or if you guys have any questions about that. So let's do it.
Give me a second, technical difficulties.
Sonic, we have a code battle.
Love that, Cody. All right, let's do it.
to go out.
On a date?
Something like that. Aww. Don't wait up. You know she's only doing this to make you jealous.
Wait, did I skip one? Hopefully I didn't.
Oh, Sonic.
Hey, what's the problem? Come on, I'll take you home.
Do you want me to skip this one too, or yo, Sasso? Okay.
Hey, do you guys want? Hey everyone, thanks for watching. You want to see more Waluigi? Wow, thanks. So, what are you doing later?
I'm busy.
How about tomorrow?
Busy?
The day after that? No problem. Let's chill now. Whoa!
What?
It says two couples get in for free.
Great.
Let's go. Wow! Check this out. Stay right there. Yo, I was wondering, what are you doing for the rest of your life? What's our life expectancy anyway? I know girls live longer. Well, anyways, come on, let's get hitched. Hold on. Maybe this one? No. Just get right there, okay?
Yeah, that's essentially my channel. I love making Sonic videos, I love animating, and it's just a ton of fun. Did you guys have any questions about any of the videos we saw today, or? Sure. Yeah. Okay, so that's a great question. She's asking about the very realistic lips and teeth. Essentially, like, I just took video of myself, like, you know, teeth kissing. And then I cut out the mouth, and then I put it on the model, and just some basic, like, After Effects kind of work. Yeah, you mentioned SpongeBob intro, that's definitely the, yeah, that's... Alright, you ready, kids? Yeah, what's up, guys?
Right now, showcasing stuff.
Yeah, the question is, like, what program do I use, and, like, I guess my work ethic, really, but I use a program called Source Filmmaker. It's free. You can find it on Steam. So if you have any interest in animating, just like you have to download Steam, and then it's just a free install. It takes like, I don't know, like 4 or 5 hours to download. But once you have that, you can go from there, and I wish I had a diagram, but essentially, like, you browse the workshop, just type in Sonic, and then you'll see stuff by OtakuHedgehog, who really made, like, me being able to do this possible. He's a really, really great guy. You can find him over in the, what is it?
Meet and greet?
Yeah, you're great. So, any more questions, or? Oh, yeah, what's up? Yeah, he's asking about the Amy Rose X Metal Sonic, and did I get inspiration from the Sonic Mania Adventures? And the answer to that is yes. Sonic Mania Adventures is incredible. I love Tyson Best and his team, Aaron Weber. They're doing phenomenal work, and yeah, they're pretty great.
So I just want to go ahead and toot my own horn, I guess, because like one of the big things that also happened to get this guy started was you were still working in Cinema 4D, right? And then I was like, dude, you need to download Steam Filmmaker and just get started, because that's one of the most important lessons you can teach yourself, is try to do it the easy way first, get used to it, get comfortable, and then grow from there. All right, let's take some more questions.
What's up, man? The question, I feel like Kaze Blade should answer this. The question is, which do I prefer more, Sonic 3 and Knuckles or Sonic Mania? Sonic Mania is an incredible game, and I love it to death, but I got that nostalgic attachment to 3 and Knuckles. So that's gonna be my answer.
I also have to jump in to say, like, Sonic 3 and Knuckles literally is a transformer of a video game. Like, it is DLC before DLC existed, but you were happy to buy it. So, yeah, I don't know. I think that somehow stands as a testament, personally.
All right, more questions. I see, is that a Platy in the? Platy, what's your question?
What's your inspiration for your Knuckles?
That's a great question, Platy. Thank you. Essentially, it's kind of a story about my brother Mike. Like, he's my older brother. I love him to death. I've got a younger brother, Jerry, too. I love him to death. But Mike is definitely his own individual. I will spend, like, 3 or 4 hours writing a script, obsessing over the lines, for Knuckles. Mike comes in, Comes into the voice booth, looks at my script, throws it on the ground, and then just rips. Yeah, just a classic Mike move, and it's every single time we always end up going with just like, you know, his spur of the moment ad lib. So I mean, I don't really have any control over it. At this point, I just like insert funny Knuckles line here.
It's like Robert Downey Jr. You just let him do his thing.
Yeah.
Press play on or press record. He does.
That's essentially, yeah. He's the Robert Downey Jr. of my channel. That's an excellent comparison. Anyone, do you guys have any more questions? Or? Oh, sure. Inspiration strikes in many different ways. I watched the Sonic movie trailer and I got some ideas about the team. But that's an excellent question. Thank you for. Thank you. Yeah, what's up? Oh, great question. Okay, question about source filmmaker. If you guys want to know anything about that, the easiest thing to do is just go on YouTube, search source filmmaker tutorials, and you'll see a whole ton of tutorials done by the Valve team themselves. It will like literally bring you from like, you know, how to move, or you know, how to interface with the animation software to how to export. Can't recommend it enough. So I mean I think there's like a link to it in my channel at somewhere. So yeah, just check that out. All right. Oh, okay. All right. What's up? You're very good. Yeah. Nice question. Thank you. Essentially asking like my path as a YouTuber and where I see my channel and myself in the future. The whole point, the whole goal of the channel, it's always been something of an experiment. Like, Justin and I would work on films and we'd spend like 3 or 4 months just like obsessing over every single detail and frame, which is so much fun to do, but at the end of the day, I feel like I just wasn't producing enough content. So, essentially, the goal of the channel is to test myself and to try to put out an animation every week, every other week, and to just like gradually get better through examples. So it's always an ongoing process or an experiment, if you will. In 5 years, I mean, as long as people keep watching and like watching my videos, I'll keep making them. So I mean, I'm really happy as doing what I'm doing. I'm also trying to get better as an animator. I've been studying the 12 principles of animation, which is this incredible book put out by Disney by very, very talented animators themselves. So if you're interested in that, that's also worth checking out. What is it? I think it's called The Illusion of Life. So I've been, yeah, does that answer your, okay. Alrighty, anyone else? Or, yeah, you holding your hand. Oh, okay, what's your question there, Nate?
So my question, basically, how did you go around getting your voice cast for your animations?
Thank you. That's an excellent question. If anyone's interested in voice acting, professionally or with fan animated projects, I would just suggest starting a YouTube channel and releasing demo reels of your character impressions, of your own impressions, like whatever inspires you.
Another good way to kind of test yourself in that is to, I mean, obviously you need to get some of the equipment, mic, computer that can handle your voice, and some software that can record. But don't be afraid to like just kind of walk in somewhere with good acoustics and your cell phone and just kind of practice it. And then try editing yourself to maybe like a comic that you think is funny. You know, like do all the voices for all the characters. So you can like work on your range, and it's a really helpful technique. Oh, I do actually voice a character on Sasso's channel, but I kind of stay in the background for the most part, doing animatics and whatnot, like just random stuff. But I do voice Espio if he ever shows up in any of these things. Maybe he'll have him in the future, maybe next year.
He'll be there.
The manager likes me because I understood his
I voice Sonic, Perfect Chaos, and Vic the Cat on the Sonic fan. Yeah. Believe in yourself. Yeah. More questions?
I was going to premiere it at Revolution, though.
What do you want me to hear, my friend?
More pages I need to do.
But you want the mic or do
The thing is, I need to get it done before it's 4.
No, what's your favorite Sonic TV series, and do you draw any inspiration from it?
It's a great question, thank you. I'm like split between X and the Sonic Sat AM series. You know, like I feel like just growing up and watching Jaleel White as Sonic the Hedgehog kind of gives it the extra of
Let's hear your impression of Jaleel White.
That's no good.
Thank you. Yeah, no, but I mean, what's interesting about Sonic Sat AM is that it's a show that has a lot of subtle implications about, conserving, conservation and looking out for the environment, which, I think was like kind of a big thing during the 90s, but I'm such a fan of how the characters were written in that show. Like, Tails being like the little kid brother, and like I think Princess Sally was a really strong character, or still is. And Sonic's just so cool. Like, I don't know, obviously. So, do you guys have any other questions, or let's get you hear that? Yes. It's a great question. In the video, like, we see Sonic and Tails jump out of the tornado, and it just flies off, and we have no idea where it goes until we see Mario and Sonic playing Super Smash Bros. That was yeah, exactly. I just have like a floating timeline pretty much when it comes to the animations, but every now and then I'll see something like that. And that's a great question. Thank you. Oh yeah, sure. Like the Price is Right going down.
What was the process in making 360 video for the? I think it was like about Metal Sonic. How was it different from making a normal Source Code?
I helped with that one.
He sure did. Yeah, it's. Thank you so much. It's essentially like anything else. We just YouTubed 360 SFM tutorial, and a very talented individual by the name of Hyper Chaotic Spots made a whole tutorial about like how to make a 360 animation in Source Filmmaker, and to how it's different from other animations, like getting some reverb. Essentially, you have to animate every second of that animation. So like even Tails says something like, "Whoa, my head's spinning," and then you have to have him like kind of stand there and wait for the next line, because it's all happening in real time. So definitely a challenge, but it was real fun, and we should make it out. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for your question, though. Yeah. Anything else, guys? Or okay. Sure. I'll get you out here, okay?
What was it like to, when you're in collaborations with other YouTubers, are you actually there with them, or they just, go to the microphone and then send it to you, or something like that? Yeah.
Great question. Essentially how it works is people will just send me lines, even through free programs like Audacity. I'll get the raw audio file, then I'll put it in, and technology's great. Whether it be through Discord or Gmail, or just they'll find some way to send the audio file over, and we'll just kind of rock and roll with it. But does that answer your question? Or okay. What's your question? Go ahead.
So my question is, there is this new animation program software that some other Sonic YouTubers are using, like Lena Productions. He's working on this thing. It's on the software called Maya, and I don't know if you've heard about it, but it could be interested in trying to do something different.
Yeah, I've heard of Maya, and a lot of great animations are made in Maya. I've been using Source Filmmaker for a long time, and then I jumped over to Cinema 4D. But I'm sorry, that's just essentially what I know. Maya is the industry standard, so if you want to learn about Maya too, I'm sure there's a lot of great resources on YouTube. We've got like 10 minutes left, so I want to switch the questions over to YouTube. So, if you guys have any questions, please raise your hand. Let's talk about your channel. Let's talk about all this good stuff. Sure, what's up? Okay, all right. It could be my channel, it could be your channel, like whatever. That's okay. I don't know, it's like 430,000 or something. How did it feel? I mean, it's like anything else. Like even the first 100 subscribers, it's always more difficult at the beginning because you don't have any momentum. I wake up and I have a schedule. Like, oh, I'm going to animate 8 hours today. Well, yeah, exactly. It's a form of parody. So yeah, it's kind of what I do. It's my gig for now. Yeah, it's good. It's a very practical question. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah.
Any way to like mass on this content that you don't want on your channel anymore?
I think like if you go into the video manager, there's like check icons, and then you can at the very top, like if you just click that one on top, you can set the settings to like unlisted. So you can, I don't know, as opposed to going through each and every one. Is that okay? All right. Yeah. What's your question?
Will we see more Sonic Thing episodes?
Yes. It's probably the number one. Sorry, I almost hit it. Probably the number one question I get is when will there be more Sonic Things? It's just a parody of Stranger Things, but yeah, I mean I'm definitely working on that. I'm working on a few other different projects, but I think you'll probably see an episode of Sonic Things soon. Sorry, I can't. I don't want to like give away much more than that. Yeah, sure.
Why aren't you subscribed to me, bro? Just kidding. No, I'm curious. No, it's not even a thing. I'm curious, how do you grow an audience when you're starting off your YouTube channel?
It's like anything else. It's a fantastic question. To grow your channel, produce quality content consistently. So like have a day, Friday at 6 p.m., Saturday at noon. Plug it on your social media. YouTube has like the discussion tab now, so you can let people know. Do you have something to say, or like, are you just? Yeah, so long as people know when your video is coming and like how to expect it, and in terms of engagement, like YouTube is really big on engagement, so I always try to ask questions in like the comment section. Like I'll pin a question, and then people will answer it and discuss and whatnot. But on a more like in a more philosophical sense, I would suggest making the content that like you just can't wait to make. Like the only reason why I think my channel could be considered successful is because I love what I do. And I'm going to embarrass Kaze Blade here for a second. I'm a huge fan of this man's work. He does a really like cool in-depth Sonic analysis videos. YouTube.com is it yeah. The Kaze Blade. So if you guys aren't subscribed to this man, I would go ahead and do so. Sorry to embarrass you like that, man. But, does that help to answer your question though about like? about like, you know, sorry, that's okay, man. No, no worries.
him up on YouTube. Yes, it does.
Okay, all right, good. Are we, any more YouTube questions? Or like, oh, I think I see you girls. Okay. Yes.
Justin, 4 minutes. 4 minutes.
So the question is about like collabing voice actors and animators and whatnot. I mean, you really have free reign to tell whichever story you want to tell. I would suggest keeping like a pretty consistent schedule with it. I basically treat my YouTube channel like a day job. So, you know, like meet up, hang out, talk ideas, get the lines in early. I mean, you always want to get the lines in as soon as possible because it takes a while to animate. That's it's a crazy concept, but does that answer your question? Okay, all right. I don't know, guys. Do you have any other just questions or comments about YouTube or my channel or anything? Or?
Now, this one is
That's a good question. Oh, hold on. I don't want to like. Sure. In terms of like, you know, the question is like, you're underage and you want to work with people who are a little older. Like, I would say like, obviously like parental consent. I think you have to like, I think you have to have a parent present, or like, you have, in order to have like your account, you have to have like there's some sort of parental controls with that. But
So, working with people who are older than you is a potentially great avenue, but at the same time, you always need to be smart about whatever you're doing. So, as I was saying, always have like parents involved in what you're doing. Let them know, hey, I want to start a YouTube channel. Hey, I want to work with these people. Let them vet those people for you, because the thing is, your parents are supposed to be there to make sure that they help guide you. And the thing is, I think they know at this point, a lot of parents are aware that YouTube is it's a viable thing, you know, to make money. It could be your first summer job, in all honesty, you know, and at the very least you can learn some really valuable lessons. But you need to be safe, first and foremost, always.
I mean, it's working perfectly. I have the volume controls right here. Yeah, this is all you get. These are the volume controls for the mic. It's already up. And that's it.
That you're young? Well, the way that it usually works is like your audience will know you, and like they kind of like your audience will figure out exactly, you know, who you are about. Yeah, exactly. Like the thing is, you're trying to find your audience. Your audience usually finds you. Like you kind of like people who like Sonic will find other people who like Sonic. I posted a GIF of like this animatic that I put on Twitter, and like it has over 100 likes right now, and they didn't do anything for it. They literally just jumped on it because they thought it was nice.
What if you bring the mic here?
Sonic. So the Sonic fans find the Sonic fans. If you're into Sonic and that's what you're trying to produce for, just let it happen organically, let it happen naturally. It won't happen overnight. But, you know, patient, like this guy, who's extremely patient. And what's your question, young man? You're good at what ifs, man. That's pretty clever.
The question is, when I give up my YouTube channel to where I get censored. Or anywhere in general? No, I keep my YouTube channel. I love my audience. I love what I do. So, I mean, yeah. hopefully I wouldn't have to give up my YouTube channel to do anything in Sega, you know? Yeah. How are we doing for time, guys? Is it 2 o'clock now? Or?
1 more minute.
1 more minute, okay. So 1 more question.
Okay.
Any takers? Anyone who maybe we haven't heard from yet, if they have? Back? Oh, okay, all right. Yeah. That's a great question. How long did it take for me to, from downloading Steam to actually making an animation? It took me 4 weeks. I plotted it out. It took me 4 or 5 hours to download it, and then, even more time to understand the software. But, hey, relatively speaking, it didn't really take me that long. I mean, it wouldn't take one long to learn the program and to create an animation. It's a very friendly program. So, does that answer your question? Okay, all right.
Just to be clear, that was actually a couple of years ago, and Steam Filmmaker's actually grown since then. Because you were still when it was just kind of starting. So there's a lot more tutorials and a lot more how-tos to make it that much easier for you to interact with it and use it, right?
Yeah, exactly. If you're looking for royalty-free music, I mean, there's no copyright sounds on YouTube. There's I think you can even change the listing to Creative Commons, and then you can just look at the description if you're looking for new music. There's a lot of really good lo-fi hip-hop stuff that I've been listening to. Yeah. But I think we're running a little short on time here, so if I were to impart any advice, it would be do what you love. I know it's difficult to find the time, but when you're doing that thing, doors open up and people will help you along. I've met so many great people in this community along the way that I wouldn't even be able to do what I'm doing now without them. So, not only will you be happy, but you will make other people happy as well. And you'll make their lives better. So, I just want to thank the community, the people who organized this event, and you guys for listening. Thank you.
Well, that's our show. I hope you enjoyed it. See you next year.
Do you want to use this one?
All right. Thank you very much, my man.
Okay, so I'm going to present it to you guys. I want to go fast.
Huh?
Without further ado.
Do we need any further ado? Or?
Is that it? We're good?
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome you all to Sonic Revolution 2019. Make some noise!
When security gets rowdy, you know you have a problem.
So Bill, I think we're deferring to you.
Is that it? There's no plan here?
Oh, okay, good. We have a question. Hey guys, we're the Sonic Boom writing team. We're gonna do a little Q&A for you guys, so
I thought this was going to be the comedy chip show.
Alright, thank you so much. Alright, how's everyone doing today? Okay, Sonic Boom, it's been 2 years since I guess the show's ended, but you can still find it, of course, on DVD and Hulu. What have you guys been up to since the show ended?
I've been staying home a lot, drinking and cleaning my handguns. Is that a bad thing?
It's called a Wispin.
You want to start on this, Sam?
Yeah, sure. I'm writing and directing 2 features coming out.
Woo!
Yeah.
and I just worked for Netflix on a show called Legend Quest, doing their second season. And I worked for Hasbro on their Littlest Pet Shop show recently. And other than that, I'm doing an animated pilot that I'm hoping to sell pretty soon.
Okay, what lessons or experiences from doing this show would you say that you would incorporate into your future projects? Like, what have you learned from doing this particular cartoon?
One thing I learned from my father was that as a writer on a show, your job isn't to make the show good. Your job is to make the showrunner's life easy. That was a pretty good lesson because I thought for sure my job was to make the show good. I guess it's not.
We tried to make the show good too. We weren't just bringing Bill deli platters or something.
Yeah, why weren't you bringing me deli platters?
Yeah, I think from working on the show, we kind of took away how every joke can be topped. And so kind of the way that the Sonic jokes go, there tends to be a joke, a punchline, and then a lot of times a second punchline or a third punchline, and kind of tagging and kind of that competitive style of writing where you're trying to one-up the previous joke over and over again. That's something that we've done a ton of times since.
Alrighty, this one is for Bill and Sam. What's more fun to write, comic books or television?
For me, it was television because I was in charge. In comic books, I was the lone man on the totem pole. But it was a dream. It was actually a dream to write comic books. You know, since I was a kid and I was collecting comic books. So the opportunity to do the Sonic comic book was great, and then doing the one DC comic book that I did afterward was just a thrill to write, you know, for Batgirl and Nightwing.
Yeah, the fun thing about writing the comic book was you get to kind of be more the director. You get to really describe what you want. Hello. You get to describe what you want everything to look like, and watching it come to life was you know, something I saw when we were doing the TV show, but it was very different with the comic book. So I enjoyed writing the comic book, but honestly, my sensibility probably I like writing the TV show best.
Was there any ideas or jokes that you wanted to use but you couldn't get past the censors?
Yes, I've got two. One was I wanted to do an episode called Eggman Dies. Basically, the idea of the episode was Eggman's robots have been taking a little bit too much initiative, and he thinks that there's going to be a coup. So what he does is he feigns grave illness and eventually his death, like Castro, so that he could spy on his underlings. And he climbs into the ventilation shaft to watch what's going on, and in doing so gets stuck up there and proceeds to starve to death. The French network would not let us do that. Then the other one was basically the story was going to be the mayor is ousted. He's either impeached or he's thrown out of office, and Eggman's like, now's my chance, and he basically was going to run for mayor on the promise of building a wall around Gogaba Village and making him pay for it. And then we thought it over and we're like, this was like 2015, 2016, and we're like, nah, that's not going to be relevant with these. He's never going to be president. Next thing you know, whoops. Now we wish we did it.
We had an episode that it wasn't the censors that stopped us. I think Bill, in his infinite wisdom, decided maybe this wasn't necessarily the right venue for it. But we had this idea for an episode called The Adventures of Eggy McGee, which is Eggman creates a children's book where he's kind of the protagonist and Sonic is the villain. And the book becomes so popular that he kind of brainwashes the children and starts using the children of the village to in kind of like a sweatshop. So that one didn't go for maybe obvious reasons. Yeah.
All right, this is one I just did for fun for the fans. Not counting the main cast, because I don't want any Sonny stuff right here. If you could ship any of the two villagers, who would it be and why?
Bill, you want to start us off?
I need a second to think about this. I want to give a good answer.
Well, you shipped some characters in an episode that then didn't get made.
There was a full episode that we wrote that ultimately got scrapped, where two characters were to be wed.
Yes, it was a relationship between Eggman and Lady Walrus.
So that's, just so you guys know, that script exists. But you're never gonna see it.
Actually, what happened with that script, we basically ended up taking the final episode, which was the video game episode, and we turned it into a two-parter. And in making it a two-parter, we had to give up an episode. The episode that went away was the Lady Walrus and Eggman, which was written by the director, Nathalise. And it was Eggman marries her for her money.
Netflix adaptation when?
I love Eggman. He's my baby. So who else would we ship? We did kind of Styx and Dave the Intern.
They had some moments together.
When they were in the airplane and.
I'd like to ship Gil the Goldfish in a shallow grave.
I love Gil the Goldfish, and I wish they would let us keep using them.
All right, was there any episode that kind of gave you writer's block that was like difficult to write?
We worked a ton on the first Shadow episode, where we kept delaying that writing because it took forever to try and figure out a plot that has Shadow in it and Sonic. And Shadow's awesome. Shadow doesn't lose, and Sonic doesn't lose. So a story where both of them kind of win but are at opposite goals. That one took forever, I think, right?
Yeah, that one was a tough one because there were so many extra rules, as you said, because when you use Shadow, he's a very popular character, but in addition, he was created by Izuka-san, Takashi Izuka, and he was very protective of that character and that character's attributes. So we really had to make an episode essentially where no one wins because neither of the characters could lose.
Yeah, working with Shadow was tricky because his backstory is he was created in a lab, right, by Dr. Eggman's great grandfather. You guys know better than I do. Okay, I'm in the right direction. And and his only love is Maria, and she doesn't exist on that show. In fact, there was a general rule that we shouldn't have any humans on the show. Eggman being the exclusion of that rule. So anytime we had, when we brought Shadow in, it was a little tricky to go, can we mention his backstory? Not really. So that was kind of a game where we had to play around. And that's why Shadow was kind of one of the hardest for me. But ultimately, one of the funnest things.
All right, what was the biggest hurdle in writing for a license-based property?
I mean, I think that's kind of goes to the question we were just talking about, where
that's true.
There are certain rules for certain characters, especially with Shadow and Sonic, where there are these expectations, and they're these legacy characters that have been going on for so long. You don't want to say the wrong thing. You don't want to change the way the character acts. Knuckles aside, we went all the way on that one. But generally speaking, that was kind of the thing. We wanted to make sure we weren't undermining things that existed already, and we weren't.
Yeah, and also there are certain rules in any licensed property. For example, we really couldn't, even though we had our own world, we couldn't create relatives for the characters. You couldn't introduce Sonic's parents in the episode. That would, because we would be, in a way, changing the canon. So we had to be careful, and we wanted to do for the longest time something with Eggman's brother. And we couldn't do it because you can't introduce that character. And then one of the French writers came up with bringing Eggman in from an alternate dimension and playing him as if he was the brother, which we did. It turned into Eggman's brother, which was with the long hair and the beach guy voice. It became Steve Eggman, and it ended up being a shape-shifting robot from another dimension. But it essentially allowed us to do the stories we wanted to do with Eggman's brother in a form that was acceptable. I mean, a lot of times you'll hear TV writers talk about someone, the network, the studio, they made a rule, they gave us a note, and we ended up coming up with something better than we had in the first place by trying to figure out how to do what we wanted while still honoring the note. And I think that's true of Eggman's brother and Mombot, which I thought was another really successful episode. And we ended up doing Eggman's Family Vacation, where Mombot has a timeshare in the Cloud City in the sky, and we did it as if it was a family. You know, Orbot and Cubot were the kids in sailor suits, and it was just a question of finding a way to follow the rules, but still do something fun and interesting.
All right, my final question before I give it out to the audience. What is your favorite Sonic Boom moment?
Me first. I'm partial to, just for the action, the mech suit fight between Eggman and Sonic.
That's awesome.
This is a weird one for me to admit to everyone, because I really like the smart jokes and the smart episodes. My favorite episode is Nutwork, and yet, whenever I watch it, the thing that makes me laugh the most is in the episode where Eggman goes back to school and he goes to steal the test from his teacher, and Orbot and Cubot, we do the thing from Mission Impossible, and they drop him, and then they lift him, and he bangs his head, and they drop him again, and he just keeps hurting himself, and we just keep doing it over and over, and it's just purely slapstick nonsense. But it makes me laugh harder than anything we did on the show.
My favorite moment, it was probably the Vector episode. There was like it's just a specific joke that I'm very proud of, really. It was when they're doing the stakeout, and Sonic, it kind of transitions in, and Sonic goes, "Oh, it's so boring. Stakeouts never like this on TV. There's usually just 2 lines of dialogue, and then they see the guy." And they go, "Oh, well, life's not like TV." Oh, there he is.
I see that a lot as a meme on Twitter, that particular scene.
That was a good one. My favorite moment, I think, is in Planes, Trains, and Dude-Mobiles, when we have the guys in the van, they put the CD in, and then they do their little rap song. That was a lot of fun to write, and I think it came out really great, so that was one of my favorite moments.
All right, thank you so much, guys. I'm going to go ahead and give it to the audience.
Hey.
Who wants to?
What was your favorite Sonic Boom episode to write?
Could you repeat the question, please?
What was your favorite Sonic Boom episode to write?
For me, Victory. I love Captain EO. If you're familiar with the Disneyland attraction, Captain EO. It was all a riff on that and a movie called Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo. If you've ever seen that, that was my favorite one to write. It was just so ridiculous.
I like in the 4-part Robots from the Sky, part 2, because we initially wrote that as a 3-part episode, and then we kind of, very late in the process, so we had parts 1, 3, and 4 figured out. Part 2, we just kind of pulled out. And so that was my favorite to write because it felt really dynamic. We were just sort of figuring it out and writing it in a week.
Yeah, the thing about that was we had a 3-part episode. We had gotten the 3-part episode approved, and then we were moving along, and someone pointed out a 4-part episode is almost like a TV movie, and we could release it on DVD as one long episode. 3 parts would be too short. It would really be better for a DVD sale if we did 4 parts. And it was like, we're all done, it's too late. And yeah, we figured out how to add that second episode and make it a coherent story still. So that was a lot of fun.
I want to say my favorite episode, I have a couple. I like the season 1 finale where we introduced Shadow for the first time. I thought that was one of our best episodes and really dynamic stuff. And then, like I said, Planes, Trains, and Dude-Mobiles.
we really wanted to do like a road trip episode with just the guys, and we had a lot
And they
of
live
fun.
on an island, so a road trip was kind of difficult.
To the other side of the island. That was one of my favorites.
I thought your favorite episode was Just a Guy.
Oh, well, just the guy as well. I have a lot of favorite episodes.
My favorite episode, I was involved in the writing of all of them, but I only personally have 1/3 credit on the 4-parter. So I'll just go with my favorite episode is Nutwork. The one that's a parody of the media.
Okay, I got 2 questions, a joke one and a serious one. So for serious, seeing that the show is over and you may not see the characters, I can't help but be curious. How would, say if you bring like Blaze or Silver, how would you rank them in the show?
Like Abbott and Costello, probably.
I mean, Silver, I don't know too much about Silver. Admittedly, the earlier games were kind of the games that we grew up on. You know, the first 3 games in Sonic and Knuckles were like, that was the stuff that we really grew up on. So I don't know too much about Silver. I do know that Sega seems to have a tendency every few years to try to create a new character that's cooler than the last. So like Sonic's the ultimate cool character, and then like 4 years later, like Knuckles is cooler, and then like 2 years later, they invent Shadow, and he's even cooler than that. And then I think, am I right in assuming that's kind of what Silver is as well? Where they like, a couple years later, like, oh no, Silver's the coolest one. So we would make him like a too cool for school kind of.
Yeah,
I think that would have been our instinct.
Silver would be a real tough one because of the time travel element, which we were not allowed to do in Sonic Boom. So one of the things that prevented us from doing Silver was because there was a time travel element, and I think the rules when we first started at the very beginning of development was no time travel. So Silver would be a real tough one.
Another question, Comedy Chip, Lady Walrus.
Excuse me?
Comedy Chip, Lady Walrus.
Yes?
Can you sing the Macarena?
I don't know if I could sing a song right. Oh, please sing! I don't know. I need to get paid extra for that. I'm in the union. Hi. Oh, Macarena.
So what was your guys' relationship with the team that worked on the Rise of Lyric game, and was there any possibility of utilizing any of the the aspects of those games in the show, like the character of Lyric or anything, or were those strictly off limits?
Rise of Lyric, the game was like well into production before we got involved. They kind of brought us in at like the 11th hour to punch it up and make sure that I think tonally the comedy was on par with what we were doing with the show. But we didn't have too much involvement until like the last second, and then we did like a big pass on the script. So we worked on the script a little bit, but there were a lot of other people involved in that before we got involved.
Does anybody else have a question?
So Vector has a cameo in the 2nd season, and then he has his entire episode. But he kind of just came out of nowhere. What's the story on Vector just appearing in Sonic Boom?
Well, the fans obviously wanted to have other characters from the show, from the games rather. There were rules about how we could use them. There were, anytime we took any character from the game, there was a lot more pressure, to do certain things and to not do certain things. So we couldn't bring in a character and use them for 10 episodes. So any character that came in, I don't know if it was a cameo, I think once we had the asset of Vector.
It was Morpho. It was like a morph into Vector.
Right. Yeah, once we had the asset where it had already been created, we then used it for the joke. I think we actually had another joke that we didn't use. In the bowling episode, we wanted to have a team with all the game characters in one shot bowling against our guys.
Yeah,
or against the Lightning Bowler Society.
It was going to be Vector, Shadow, Metal, and Defect?
Yes, we're going to be a bowling team. And the feeling was Shadow was too cool and we couldn't make fun of him by putting him on a folding phone. So we ended up losing that. But when we had the asset in that thing where Eggman's brother turns into all different things, he turns into Vector, that's because that was written after the Vector episode was conceived and approved. So we used the asset to get a joke out of it. But the thing is, all those episodes with characters from the game had to be one-offs. They couldn't exist and hang out in our universe for any length of time. It was just, it was a corporate network thing that we just had no control over.
Okay, who's got a question?
Did you plan to use like any other characters in the game, like Charlie, SGO, or any forms as well, like Supersonic?
From the games or from other shows? What was the question?
Did we plan to use other characters from the games?
Well, I really was hoping to use Scratch and Ground Art.
We really wanted to use Scratch and Grounder, but there were rights issues because they came from another show. I don't remember what exactly we wanted to do with them. We really wanted Scratch and Grounder. Other than that, anytime they said we could use a character from the game, we would use one. We couldn't do all of the chaotics because we couldn't bring in the 3 characters.
Yeah, and if they wanted to bring in Charmy anyway, I think we would have said no. B's annoying.
Okay, who else has a question?
Hi. Is there any episode that you wish you can go back and change? To make it
Buster.
Buster. Phil, explain
That's
why.
a good question.
Buster is my least favorite episode. When I came on board with the show, I rewrote every episode. I was the showrunner from episode 1. However, before that, there were several episodes as part of development that I inherited, that I was not involved with breaking the story. And the idea of Buster being a cute pet that sticks with love just did not work for me. I thought he had to have some quality that would make him a character that sticks with a dog. So I wanted this really disgusting character that was constantly throwing up and shedding and just being this really horrible character, but they'd already done the robot dog design. So we were locked into it. So if I had to change something, I would have made Buster more like the Blob or Flubber, just this like an oozing, pussy thing that had a robot inside it.
Yeah, because also it felt a little out of character, at least for our show, that Styx would like a robot. You know, if you know Styx, she doesn't trust robots at all, so I think that design kind of undermined it, and that's why Phil pushed back so much on that one.
Yeah, I pushed back very hard to change the Buster design, but it was already in motion.
Okay.
How do you make this show so hilarious a lot of the time?
Drinking. We get really drunk, and then we just start writing jokes.
I think Sonic Boom is written a little differently than most kids shows. Most kids shows have just one showrunner who kind of works by themselves, and then they freelance out all the scripts. And this one, Bill liked running it more like a group writer's room. And I think that just comedy works a lot better when there's multiple people in a room passing around jokes and trying to make each other laugh. It works a lot better than a writer sitting alone in his office who then emails the script to another writer sitting alone in another office. And I think that environment that Bill created is a big part of why so many of the jokes in the show work.
Speaking of jokes, like one of my favorite things that you guys did with the show was all the meta humor, like calling out random and all that. And I was just wondering, like how much research, I guess, goes into those jokes about the fandom. Like there's that whole like super fan episode where Sonic was kidnapped, and then when Shadow appeared, it's like he's the second most popular character.
Well, we have Twitter, and people, we couldn't couldn't avoid the research. It was flooding to us into our timelines. You'll notice a lot of those jokes, a lot of those meta jokes about the Sonic fandom happened in the second season after we had substantial time to interact with a lot of people on Twitter who had a lot of things to say about the first season.
We saw all your deviant art.
In the show, you had Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails be in a boy band called Dreamboat Express. Were there any other names that you had considered for that band?
Yeah, there were a few. I think we were telling someone about it earlier today. So we were trying to come up with the lamest boy band name possible. That was the idea. So we had one, I think, that was the Paisley Boys, or Lavender Boys, I think was also, and then Dimpletown. That was another one. But then when it came to them turning over, becoming Duditude, it was Duditude immediately. I think we knew that.
There's also, I don't know if you guys are aware, there's a real band in England that's called Dreamboat Express. And they sent me their album, and it exists. And like, it's like, guys, the joke was it was the worst name we could think of.
Did they take it from our episode?
Yes.
Because I wrote an episode of a show many years ago called Get a Life with the main character, Chris Elliott, is a paperboy, and he's replaced by a machine called Paperboy 2000. And it's this giant tank from Damnation Alley. And there became a band called Paperboy 2000, and they sent me their album many years ago. So I guess if you can think of good names, you can get swag.
Was the album at least good?
It was dreamy.
If you were to use some characters rather than Shadow or Vector, which one would you choose?
I'm sorry, could you repeat the question?
If you were to use like other characters rather than Shadow and Vector, who would you use?
Is there any character from the games?
Nick the Cat is one that we talked about a lot.
And I think I would have liked to use Rouge.
Bill said Scratch and Grounder before. I also like coconuts.
Well, actually, it's Scratch and Grounder. He loves Scratch and Grounder.
I do too.
That one clip with Amy when they're playing soccer and she's like saying, can they play exactly like a male? And then Knuckles comes in, say this whole like fitness joke. How did you guys like get that in the show or something?
That was really good.
Well, that was when we write scripts. A lot of times when you're writing a script, you kind of have temporary dialogue up on the page that you're like, it's gonna be something like this. And so we had a line in there that was Amy going like, oh, can the girl do it? The boys, and just all of us were like, ugh. This is lame. And then we just started talking amongst ourselves about why that type of line is kind of lame and is fake feminism and everything. And just somehow, then we start talking, and then Bill just goes like, write that, write what you just said. And so, and then it was in the script.
Considering Sega has a lot of mandates for a lot of things, what's something you were surprised they allowed?
Drinking in the office? Am I sensing a theme here?
I would say the live action shot.
Well, the live action shot, I wouldn't say they allowed it. It was a big fight to get it. We were doing the rewrite one night, and I actually pitched this and to the other executive producer. I said, here's something that I don't think we can do in a million years. And he said, let's try and do it. And then it came down to the wire. I mean, we needed the live action shot, and it was almost the episode was almost done. And we finally had to throw this thing together. Sam directed it. Another friend of ours was the cameraman.
We shot it in your
We shot it in my driveway of my house. We did 3 versions. We did the taking out the trash version. I think we did Sonic eating a chili dog in my dining room.
I have a picture of that on my phone.
And
come around for a second.
and so that was kind of tough. And then I almost brought the outfit. I still have the outfit that the guy wore. I didn't bring it. I thought we put it on display like it was a museum piece.
And that guy showed up. He got notice at like 9 o'clock at night that he was going to be Sonic Man for us. And he worked all night.
He made the costume that
making
night.
that horrible costume. He spent all night on it.
And we recorded the episode, the audio for the episode, because the episode was almost done, so we recorded it a while back. And I asked Roger Craig Smith to record that line just in case. And so it was already recorded, and then the actor did that line, and we were unsure if we liked the reading. And then we said, let's just try putting Roger in. And we just went to my computer, my laptop, and we laid it in on the shot. We downloaded it from the camera, we laid it in, and it just fit perfectly. And we said, oh, well, we're done now. We don't have to do this.
Hello. If you're not able to answer this question, then that's perfectly fine. But the show is featured on Cartoon Network, which also has Adult Swim. If you can make an episode for Sonic Boom with the level that you can put in Adult Swim, what would you do it about?
We finally have our Son Amy episode. You know what? We did a lot of meta humor on the show. We made fun of certain things, but quite honest, and we did push the envelope. Another favorite joke of mine is when Eggman shows up in Fuzzy Puppy Buddies and says, "I'm sorry I'm late. I was busy polishing my schnauzer." There are a couple of things that some people think are a little on the dirty side, but in actuality, I couldn't imagine this show on Adult Swim because it is a certain kind of thing, and I think on Adult Swim, making it dirtier, making it edgier, I think would have made it a parody of what we were doing instead of what we were actually doing. Anyone care to disagree up here?
Excuse me. If you were to make a different finale for the show, would you try to work Supersonic into the story, or should that stay non-canon in the Boom universe?
No, for myself, I'm happy with that episode. I really enjoyed doing that video game thing. It's really, to me, a funny, it's kind of meta making a video game in a show that's ultimately about video game characters, but also I really like the way that episode came out.
Yeah, we never really considered Supersonic because Sega never asked for it. So it's not like we were coming up with all these Supersonic stories and going rats. It just wasn't even in our mind.
But you could argue that there's that one fantasy sequence in Knuckles' head, which is Super Knuckles, I think, right? When he blasts off into the air and flies away. So that was really the closest we got to Supersonic.
Who was your favorite person on the cast, like the voice cast, to work with and why?
We had a blast just going to those records and seeing everybody just totally.
Wrong answer.
Super talented cast, but obviously I didn't get there yet, Bill. But we had a cast of really talented professional voice actors. But I guess I'd say Bill.
There you go.
Anybody else have any questions?
They were all great. They were all really good.
Okay, I think we're going to wrap this up, and this will be our last question. Okay, then that's going to wrap it up for us. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us.
Thanks so much. Thank you guys, everybody, for supporting the show.
Thank you. If you want to ask us any more questions or anything, we'll be at the table. Just say hey.
Still some Sonic Boom DVDs available. You can take advantage of that.
again. Thank you for joining in this panel today. I gotta say, one of the best things about this community is the creative output that everyone puts into, whether it's artwork, music, voice acting. But I think one of the most particular ones that we like to be able to display are the different animations that these people, these creatives, just are able to pull off. Whether it's a CGI animation or if it's a flash animation or hand-drawn animation, it is amazing what is out there. And has anyone seen that Sonic trailer that was redone by a fan? That was done with the cartoon Sonic? That is the most amazing thing I have ever seen. And we need more creatives like that. So what we got here is a showcase of some of the most prominent creative people out there that they want to show off their stuff here today for you guys to watch. So without further ado, I present to you the Sonic Showcase.
Jazzy? Yeah, kind of need him real quick.
Go for it. Push go for the sound. Push the thing. Huh? Is this too loud?
It's that bass.
No, I mean, you can't do anything about this. That's just not good.
Oh, Sonic, what am I doing? I should be out there helping everyone. You wouldn't even wanted me to.
Alright, so here's the thing, I'm sure.
Why can't I do this? Fixing things is what I'm best at. I'm so sorry, Omega. I didn't mean to. I just... Chaos! Sonic told me about this form of yours. You big strip. And I fought you when you're worse. I won't fail here. Sonic, is that you? A portal opened up. From where, though? I remember you. Do you remember me? you get here? And if you're here, where's my younger self? Oh, you're alone too, aren't you? No! Don't worry, I'll get you out of there. I can take care of this. I can do this. Just hold on. I'll get you out of there. I almost have it. Sonic! You're okay. You're okay. We've got to get out of here. Are you okay to run? It's okay. I'll find us somewhere to rest. I'll come back for you, Omega. No more hiding.
I would have preferred if that actually happened. Yeah, me too.
Alright, let's take a moment here. So, Sonic, do you know how you got here? You're not much of a talker, huh? Oh, no, I didn't mean it like that. It just means that you're more of an action speak louder than words kind of guy. You'll kind of always be that kind of person, even if you start to talk. I think we can help each other here. I know this place may be strange to you, but a lot of people would sure use our help right now. And if you come with me, I'll try to find a way to bring you back home. How does that sound? Great, then it's settled. Follow me? Looks like you get to follow me on this one, Sonic. I won't fail you again. I just wish you were still here with us.
Thank you everyone. I'd like to take this moment to thank each of my patrons, especially Tails Over 100, Sonic 9324, and Alexander Scuster for being top tier patrons. Thank you all for watching. I'd like to take this moment to thank each of my patrons, especially Tails Over 100 and Sonic 9324 for being top tier patrons. Thanks again.
through a lot over the years, haven't we? Let's take a look back. Whoa! Oh man, I remember this place. True beginnings were made here. Back then I had a drawn mouth and couldn't use my fingers. Wait, how am I supposed to snap us into the next scene?
You already snapped and broke my window!
Hey, you weren't voiced by Sonic Song 182 yet. Aw, now we're really going back. Ooh, I can move my fingers! This is the video that really got us going. So strange. Sonic and movie parodies. But it worked out. I'm here too. Oh yeah, whatever characters we had available at the time. Wasn't I supposed to be in Sonic and Jurassic? Next! Ooh, spooky! Hey, I have face posing now.
Hey, didn't you appear in Sonic and Titanic first?
We don't talk about that video.
I'm pretty sure you did. Oh yeah, what about Sonic Scramble Channel?
Shut up, Source Filmmaker Workshop! Anyway, one hard drive failure and 3 years later... Ooh, widescreen HD. Nice. Oh hey, my lips move now. This was a great adventure. But this would be the end of my days in Gary's Mod. Let's get some actual movement going. Hey, you asked for movement and you got it. Hey, get out of here. You're not part of this. You say that, but without me, you would have gotten the big 100,000. Fine, whatever. Next. You may snap me away now. You may try to forget me, but I'll forever play the comments. When's the next Sonic Zombies? Alright, back to the present. Well, we've come a long way, and we want to thank you all for giving us your love and laughter. Whether you're a fan of the zombies or Christmas specials, we're happy to have you as part of our family.
Christmas Eve.
Oh yeah!
Well, I'll see you tomorrow.
See you then, Eggman.
And I'll be sure to bring the pumpernickel bread and veggie dip for the hors d'oeuvres.
Don't forget your Santa suit.
Right.
Winter. It's cold, harsh, pretty brutal too. And have days taken out alone, knowing I may not survive. Soon, I may have to eat my own foot.
David, did you finish shoveling the driveway yet?
I'm working on it.
I'm so glad we're having Christmas at home again. Me too. How are the mice coming along, Shadow?
Excellent. All 14 are finished.
14? Don't you think that's a little much?
You invited Vector, didn't you?
Maybe you can make a few more.
Here we are, Tails. Back where it all started.
Only you're actually in a good mood this time.
Well, if I've learned anything throughout all these years of Christmases with you guys, besides the fact that we don't age, is that all I want for Christmas is the love of my friends and family.
That's really thoughtful, Sonic.
And I also put some good stuff on my Christmas list. Merry Christmas, everybody!
Merry Christmas, honey bun. Honey bun. Hey, Sonic.
Hey, sis. Hey, little bro. I'm not little anymore, okay? See, I'm watching the adult version of Rudolph.
We now return to Rudolph's magical journey through heck.
Dad!
My son, my little Timbit.
Timbit.
Hey, so have I been here long enough for people to realize I'm not dead?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, have a great Christmas.
See you after the credits, honey.
It looks like just about everybody's here.
We're just expecting one more. I'll get it. Ho, 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 everyone! Merry Christmas, you guys!
Sylvie, it's been so long. Give me 4 kisses. Or would it be 5 because of last year?
Oh, last year.
Last year was so perfect, it's not even a story worth telling.
It made a nice postcard, though. Silver really came through with that hotel.
Yeah. It looks like everybody's here. Maybe someone's lost.
It's Silver! Merry Christmas, honey.
Who the heck was that? That's our father, Stan.
My dear first child, Sonia.
What do you want?
All I want is for a second chance to be with my family. Is that so much to ask for on Christmas?
Do you really mean it, Dad?
Of course I do, son. Have I ever let you down before?
Well, besides my entire life, no.
After everything you've done, why should we?
I've been a terrible person, a terrible husband, a terrible father. I've had some time to think. So what do you say? Can I spend Christmas with my family?
Of course, Dad. What? We gotta give them a chance. Everyone needs somewhere to go on Christmas.
I want nothing to do with this, but it's your choice.
Of course!
Whatever. But Sonic isn't going to like this.
All right, we got Monopoly, Twister, Scrabble. Don't wake Daddy, except the Dad's missing.
Hi, son!
Looks like you found him.
Hey, the doctor couldn't prove it. No, not that, you botanic-haired pea-brain.
Sonic, calm down. You're being no better than he is right now.
Well, except unlike him, I've actually been here. Sonic, he really wants to be here with us for Christmas. Well, he should have thought of that before he walked out on us.
I don't like this one bit either, Sonic. But for crying out loud, it's okay for Eggman to be here, but not our father?
That's different. Please, Sonic, everyone deserves a second chance. Fine, but I'm doing this for you, not him. Thanks, big brother.
What's going on here?
Ah, so you're Sonic's dad. I'm Tails' dad. Hi.
Pleased to meet you. So, where are you from with that funny accent? Minnesota? Wisconsin?
Canada.
Yeah, figures.
So sorry.
It's already red.
Hey, watch my tail!
Who keeps wiggling their toes?
I want to play. Sylvie, won't you watch Buggy for me?
I'd love to!
Geronimo!
Oh, I'm glad I'm not in there, huh, Bubby?
Mom. It's a real wash.
Oh, okay. So I take the card.
Hey, how are you holding up, Sonic?
Not well. I can't stand to look at him, let alone hear him.
I understand.
No, you don't. Your dad has always been there for you.
Hi. Don't mind him. Sonic has more cause than most to be upset with his father.
What do you mean?
He spends most of his time defending the good in this world. His father, in his eyes, represents the bad in this world. He's tired.
Mama, would you like something to drink?
Some tea, my boy.
What kind?
Hibiscus.
I always look forward to this part of Christmas.
Wonderful job as usual.
Merci.
What do you think of the food, Dad?
Well, I guess it's alright. I just prefer a turkey not to have a heartbeat.
Sorry.
No offense, buddy, but the turkey could have been in there for another 4 hours.
Well, I guess you could say that's my style, to make edible food.
My food is perfectly edible. Right, Alina? Remember all the turkeys that I made, huh?
I remember spraying them with the fire extinguisher.
Guys, stop fighting! You're upsetting the baby!
If you don't like it, don't eat it.
What do you want me to do? Starve?
Don't worry, Dad. I can just cook you a bowl of cereal. Yeah, man. Maybe you like burnt frosted flakes, because they're great.
Stop shouting, I'm eating!
Aw, he sure is a growing boy.
Mama, don't you have something to say about this?
It's fine. He needs his vitamins. Besides, there's still a biscuit.
Merry Christmas, Sonia. I got you some of this stuff called cologne.
Well, son, I came all the way here to give something important to my oldest boy.
Gee, Dad, is it another bowling ball for someone who doesn't like bowling?
You're gonna like this, son. I've been watching you. You're getting pretty famous, spending all day long defending people from that guy. You must make a pretty penny, huh? Just between you and your old man, how much do you make?
I don't make anything.
What? Nothing? You gotta be kidding me!
It's almost like making life better for others is its own reward.
Well, that all ends to that. Merry Christmas.
This agreement is made the 25th day of December between Sonic the Hedgehog. We have a Stan Hedgehog? Is this a contract? For what?
Merchandising! T-shirts, toys, video games. I already have a prototype of this doll. He even says your famous catchphrase, son.
Oh, now I see. You came here to get something out of me.
That's not true. You're gonna get 10%.
Unbelievable. Sorry, Mom. I have to leave. This is a joke. Wait, Sonic, don't go! Christmas isn't over yet. It was over when he walked into the door.
Knucklehead! He turned down the greatest offer he'll ever get! Don't I have a right to my own creation?
But that's your son.
I don't have any sons. One of them turned out to be a bum, and the other one still watches Rudolph. I knew spending Christmas with you losers was a bad idea.
Hey! You want to talk about losers? Look at yourself. You abandoned your family. Then they gave you another chance, and you blew it.
What would you know about being a good dad, huh?
ask me for anything in return.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Have you ever thought about how I feel? Have you ever thought about how you abandoned me?
Abandoned? You think you were abandoned? Ha! That's hilarious. For all those birthdays, Christmases, Thanksgivings, and graduations where you were gone, abandon this!
Don't forget to take some leftovers with you!
What the heck is going on?
No, speak to me. Oh, no.
Are you okay, Mrs. Robotnik?
No, the biscuit got cold.
Sonic, you missed it! Mom was so cool! She decked Dad right in the face!
Tell him to show his face around me again.
Sonic, I'm sorry. I just thought if we gave him a chance, we'd be a family again. Manic, we've always been a family. We don't need some greedy jerk who didn't want to be part of it in the first place. What matters is who you love and who loves you. But you did the right thing by giving him a chance. And look at this group. Now that's a family.
That was so beautiful.
Come on, everybody. Group hug. Hey, we can catch the end of Rudolph's magical journey through heck. Come on, guys. If you hurry, we may catch the part where Rudolph has to go into the chamber of fire. Oh, here it comes.
I wouldn't leave yet. There's after credits. It's like watching a rock.
And the happy medium lumberjacks. Then the happy Canadian lumberjack sang Stranger in Moscow to the baby, and he finally laughed. The end.
Oh, wow. I don't know what kind of bedtime story that was, but it sure made me sleepy.
Well, night, son. Night, honey.
Good night, Mommy.
Little brother, we should go to the fort.
No, I want to go to bed.
But I just ate some rock candy. I'm wide awake.
Thank you so much for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, consider subscribing and click on the bell to be alerted whenever I upload. I'll see you in the future. Tails. Pumpkin Patch Zone.
I've been so stoked for this. I love this time of year.
Cool weather, apple cider, pumpkin spice. Can't beat it.
Yeah, so now we can look for our carving pumpkins?
Yeah, but let's make it interesting. Biggest pumpkin wins?
You're on!
Let's go! Oh, I know that cackle.
Seasoned screaming Sonic!
Yo, Eggman! Looks like you can use more trick and less treat.
Very funny. But I'd like to introduce you to Jackalum! I felt a little festive while planning your demise.
Cute name. But where's the... I'm right here, you sinister swatchling. Dismantled that little gourd of yours, Eggman.
Do you forget, Sonic? This entire forest is a pumpkin patch! Where did he go? What are you all looking at? Oh no!
Oh, Tails! That's the winner for sure.
Where's yours?
That's not important. Yours is big enough to share anyway.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Man, this thing's heavier than I thought.
Checking. Oh, there. What's up, Sonic Revolution? As you all know, my name is Sonic Speed News. I know you too, Jazzy. Alright, so pretty much, for those that do know me, I have been creating a comic for a band called the Sonic 32 fan comic that somebody did by Ziggy Kin. Yeah. But anyways, problem with it is I didn't get enough time to render it, so I'm going to try to play it through the preview. If that doesn't work, then I'm just going to go and show you guys half the video that I have. Alright, so thank you everybody, and I'm going to put the video aside. Sega.
Yeah, I don't think.
So that's not gonna work, so I'm gonna just show you guys the thing before. There you go.
Attention all units. Suspect seen heading south. Block all major roads and capture the suspect.
Seems like the military's not too happy with me. What did I do? Maybe I was too cool and they couldn't take me. Oh well, don't touch the guessing. It's roadboarding time.
Freeze! Stop it! Get that headshot!
Whoops. Better watch out for traffic. Is that the end of the road? Wait, these streets don't last forever. Don't be coming in too fast. If I paid for that, we can just put it on my tab. Doesn't really look promising from out of line. Who's there? Show yourself. Who's so what now? Look now, I appreciate the thought, but I'm totally fine. Yeah, that's not happening. You always slow me down. Can you actually go away?
Oh, you are under arrest. Submit or else will be compelled to report.
Whatever. If you're in bricks so easily, then I might be worried.
incredible speeds. The suspect was seen fleeing the scene, destroying the reserve guard robots in his path.
That's probably the first bit of useful info on the day. I'm definitely the only speed hedgehog on the planet, so I can see why they needed the game. What would someone try to frame this building power though? The only thing I would say would be a delicious candy dog with making cheese and bacon bits. But the eggman. Then that scientist is always trying to get under my quills. I wonder why he needs to get his greedy hands on a chaos emerald!
Other than the emerald, nothing else was stolen. The suspect was identified as a world-renowned hero, Sonic the Hedgehog. Stay tuned for more details.
It sounds like my new friend already has enough. This is awfully far better than I could ever have hoped for. Just last night, I was searching the military's so-called top secret item for a weapon created by my grandfather. The military shut down the research because they feared it would get into the wrong hands. My excursion required some tedious research. But finally, I had the necessary knowledge and power to retrieve the weapon. House Lily, Mom, Marie. Now all that's left is to place the capsule into this console. What I did was that the weapon turned out to be something vastly different than what I anticipated.
Since you were so kind to release me from the master, I will grant you one wish.
Ooh, I'm listening.
First, however, bring me more chaos. I'll be waiting for you in the central control room on the space colony of.
On my way back to there was a signal detecting chaos. But after coming yet another chaos emerald, it was starting to look like an early prison. Oh, this is interesting.
Just let it go. You don't know when to give up, do you?
What are you talking about? The emerald's mine. You got that?
Yours? I found it on top of some broken down shrine in a floating rock. This beauty needs a better home, and that home is with me.
That's from its home, its Angel Island, which, thanks to you, has now fallen into the ocean again. Not only does it keep the island afloat, but the master emerald contains special power and utilizes the energy of the chaos emeralds. And that makes it very powerful. Look up!
What?
I thought myself a big one. I just see my knucklehead. This is not exactly what I think. But you can never look at that room. No, it doesn't matter. I'll look into this once I get back to the base.
What was that all about? Oh, look what you did to my emerald!
Did that master emerald from being stolen, idiot? Bits and pieces, I can restore. Along the way, I saw more emeralds.
I despise anyone who takes jewels from me. All the world's gems are mine to keep.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Yeah. Huh?
What the? So I'm thinking this may be a town over here. Can't catch the hedgehog with robots. Let's throw a giant truck at it. Yeah, that'll make a difference. I got no other option to keep running ahead. Good luck catching up to me, losers. Extremely persistent. But it's the crash makes it difficult to park cars. Does Glenn even know how much damage they done? I thought they were supposed to be the good guys. You're lucky nobody's been hurt. Or worse, all thanks for a small shiny thing that I don't even have? Do your research, you moron! Yeah, that doesn't look like a happy ending for Mr. Angry Truck. Oh, it's you. You didn't miss much. The city is crawling with robots and crazy trucks. Gunn has a bunch of pictures, but the game of tag's got him born. I'm out of here.
This is F-16 Bigfoot, reporting to headquarters. Intruder has been located.
Greetings, Bonnie. It's a pleasure to see you again.
You're Tikal. What? How? Wait, after Sonic defeated Perfect Chaos, didn't you float away? Did you go back to being trapped in a Master Realm again?
Yes. However, this time I was not sent to feeling of confinement, but a feeling of peace. And it's not just me who resides in the Master Element either. It runs, my friend.
Hope you guys don't mind. We're just going to chill out here on the couch while we get these numbers read off. I'm just going to play it super chill over here while my girl Ladise here is going to be showing off prizes. Alright guys, our first prize up for grabs is a t-shirt of Sonic and Knuckles depicted as Venom and Carnage. Alright, so alrighty guys, your lucky number is 6288. 1, 4. 628 814. Going once. Going twice. All right, let's try this again. Your lucky number is 6287116. All right. Yeah, come on up. And if you really like that shirt, don't worry, we got 3 more. The next lucky winner of the shirt is 628928. 62.
628.
Six, 928. Going once. Going twice. Moving on. numbers are 628 802. 628 802. 628-802. Going once, going twice. Moving on. Okay, next lucky numbers are 628 856. 628 856.
I told everybody on the other side that we were doing it over here already.
628 856. Going once, going twice. Moving on. All right, next lucky numbers are 628 708. There's nobody want t-shirts today. 628 708. 628 708. Going once, going twice, moving on. We're going to give away these t-shirts at some point today. 628 694. 628 694. Again, we got 2 of these shirts left, so. 628 9 1 0. 628 9 1. Oh, we got one. Come on up. Okay, next number for the last t-shirt. 628 775. 628 775. 628 775. Going once, going twice. Moving on. Next lucky ticket is 628 733. 628 733.
Nobody's winning.
628 733. Going once, going twice. Moving on. All right, next lucky numbers are 628 833. 628
I know, I saw people waving too, but they were waving by to someone.
All right, 6, 2, 8, 8, 3, 3. Going once, going twice, moving on. 6, 2, 8, 8, 6, 7. Boy, people really didn't want to stay for Raffle this year. Everybody here.
You guys want it or what? Moving on.
All right, 6, 2, 8, 8, 6, 7. Going once, going twice, moving on. 6, 2, 8, 8, 3, 1. 6, 2, 8, 8, 3, 1. Going once, going twice, moving on. This happens every year, but I think this is the longest we've gone without moving on.
No, the suspense is tight.
I know! 6, 2, 8, 7, 4, 8. 6, 2, 8, 7, 4, 8. No, going once, twice, moving on. Going once, going twice, moving on. 628. definitely a thing. You're probably going to be very, very confused real quick. 628, 8, 5, 1. 628, 8, 5, 1. 628, 8, 5, 1. Going once, going twice, moving on. 628, 9, 0, 7. All right, we're down to the last two prizes. And the winner of this glorious awesome prize here is 628, 8, 7, 7. It's 628, 8, 7, 7. 628, 8, 7, 7. Going once. Going twice. Moving on. 628, 9. 1. 9. Oh, come on. 628, 919. Now, because we are running low on time, we are going to make this quick, so I'm quickly going to go down the line here. I want you guys to tell me your name and who you're playing as.
Hi, I'm Monica, and I'm cosplaying as Miss Amy Rose.
Hi, my name is Alex. I'm Sonic Man from Sonic 06.
I'm Amanda, and I'm playing as Amy Benz.
Hi, my name's
I'm Raven, and I'm Rouge Clap.
Hey, I'm Knuckles, also known as Alex.
I'm Danielle, and I'm Tails.
Everyone, my name is Kristen. I'm cosplaying Princess Sally. Hi, I'm Eden, and I'm doing Cosmo. I'm still here. Hi.
I am Paula, and I am dressed as Princess Elise.
Alright, I think that's it. Is that it, right? Everyone else? Alright, give us just a second to confer, and we'll announce the winners. Hold them. Working our way at the first place. For our third place, that's our prize for third place. The third place winner is the Bio Lizard. Our second place winner is getting, what are we getting? A Sonic Mania glow in the dark poster. That's gonna be fun. The glow in the dark poster is going to Rouge. Finally, our first place winner is getting this Sonic. It is a 1991 Sonic Collector's figure. And our winner is Bunny Rabbit.